Guest tonight is one of the great American comedians. This man begins filming for Paul Mazursky's new movie. Soon, I guess. It's called Enemies, a Love Story. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to this program the Friars Man of the Year, Alan King. Oh, Alan. How you doing? Tell us about the Man of the Year honors. This takes place, obviously, once a year.
Yeah, but they announced it January 16th, and the columnist said, what did he do so good in 16 days? But it's an honor every year. And
have you won it before?
In 1971, when I deserved it.
Yeah.
And now it was out of pity.
No, no.
Oh, yeah, the home is waiting, you know, the saliva is starting to run down the mouth now. And it's a great honor, but of course, it was unprecedented because I toastmastered my own dinner.
And I heard that. There's a big dinner held at the Waldorf,
right.
Thousands of people.
1,500 people, a day is 60 people.
And you're being honored as Man of the Year.
And I said, the only way I'll do it is if I get to invite the guests. I had to twist a lot of arms and kiss a lot of, you know. And I got everybody
you
there.
know, you said it to me like I would know about this.
Well, I've been watching your guest list lately.
Oh, I see.
And then I didn't want to MC it, but the honesty is no comedian wanted to take the job. They said if it was a roast, they would do it. But as a tribute, in all good conscience, they couldn't show up.
Now, is that actually how it happened, or you demanded that you host your own show?
No, I really reached out for some of my ex-friends. And no, actually, I thought it would be a little different, make it more of a party if I did it.
Did you enjoy the evening?
Yeah, it's probably the greatest night I think I've ever had, both from a professional standpoint, from an emotional standpoint. Everybody was there that I wanted to be, and Bob Hope was having his 86th birthday in Germany. Everyone on the dais was a part of my life.
Yeah.
You know.
What was Bob Hope doing in Germany?
Celebrating his 86th birthday for some reason. I don't know.
Does he have ties to the mother country?
No, but Johnny Carson was very busy laying off that weekend.
Anyway.
Cosby was giving a lot of money away on Saturday night.
So anyway, again, congratulations. Now,
it was a great honor.
You look differently to me than the last time you were here.
Well,
you look a little, I don't know what this is.
I'm looking for a new image. This is, the reason I'm dressed kind of Western is there's a requiem tonight for Gabby Hayes that I want to be at. No, how about Smiley Burnett? Does that get a bigger laugh, no?
And that's it?
That's it? Just, no, I'm really going to a Western bar mitzvah tonight.
I see.
Well,
Gabby Hayes, Smiley Burnett, the bar mitzvah
always works.
There you go.
Ethnic. Hip doesn't work.
Yeah.
Ethnic.
But you also look like you might have lost some weight. Have you dropped some pounds?
No, I just got a new tailor. And, no, I've given up. I've lost 1,000 pounds in my life. No more.
Yeah,
no
that's
more.
tough, isn't it? It's hard to do.
I went with Stillman diet with the 8 glasses of water a day. I lost 11 pounds in 3 weeks, but I was wetting the bed. Which
that's no good.
Grown man wearing Pampers is not, you know. And no, I just had no I saw you backstage with the football and the sweatpants. Do you do a lot of that, athletics?
Well, I dress myself, if that's what you're getting at.
My father died a year and a half ago at 96. He never owned a pair of sneakers.
Is that right?
Never. Never had a hockey puck.
96?
That's right. Yep. And he said that you never run when you can walk.
Right.
And you never walk when you can be sitting down.
Right. You know? So he conserved himself, and it worked out pretty well.
96. Yeah. And you know how many people that Jane Fonda killed with that cassette of hers?
Dropping like flies. Well, I tell you what, we have to do a commercial.
For the first
Lovely
time.
Woman, eh?
If my wife looked like her, I'd never get dressed.
What does that mean exactly?
I don't know. There's a rhythm to it.
No, I like that.
You got a rhythm.
No, Smiley Burnett wouldn't get dressed.
No, but it's right. No, there's a rhythm. That's what comedy's all about.
Now, you've been married quite a while.
43 years.
And you talk about weight, losing weight and diets and so forth. Is your wife the kind of woman that does she cook? Is she the one who does the cooking?
No. It's the old joke. If she didn't have to go through the kitchen to get to the garage, she'd never be in that room. That's not on the note, but the computer tells me.
I see.
Has comedy changed lately? That's what the note says.
Hell, we must be later than I thought. He's asking his own questions now. Well, what do you think? Has it?
Well, in the last 25 minutes it has, I'll tell you that.
Has it been an improvement?
I don't know. No, I don't know. I just have a feeling that...
it was tougher, I think, when you started
It
out.
wasn't tougher. I think there was more camaraderie. There was there was more time to develop. You do 5 minutes on your show or Johnny's show, and you're directing your first picture, you know.
Yeah. Seems to happen quicker now.
And I think the mortality rate is going to be higher because not enough training. And I think there was something that I think the young comedians miss, and that's our camaraderie. The guys, the jokes, we were together all the time because we were all failing. We all sat around in cafeterias, you know, and at the drugstore counter and did crazy things. There's a legend, you know, Gene Bayless. More people know Smiley Burnett in this audience. But Gene Bayless was very funny, young, still around, and he drove a cab on the side, you know, did a couple of one-nighters, and he finally got to play the lower state. And we were all living at the Bryan Hotel. This is in the 40s, and we were 4 in one room. Dean Martin, Henny Nadell, a comedian, Sonny King, the singer, and I, in one room. And Bayless finally got to play the lower state. And only friends would do a thing like this. He asked if he could stay over so he wouldn't be late for his rehearsal at 7 o'clock in the morning. And we put him in the tub. That was the only place he could sleep. And with a slow drip. And the phone rang. He put him at 6 o'clock in the morning, the phone rang. Dean Martin picked it up, and the operator said, "It is 6 o'clock in the morning." And Dean said, "What? 8:30? And Bayless was halfway down Broadway in his underwear before he realized there was nobody in the street. That was love. That was fun. That showed you we cared.
So the biggest day of his life, when he should be well-rested, he gets no sleep.
But that's fun.
Yeah.
That was what we cared about each other. And, you know, no one does practical jokes anymore. I've seen that you know, you do something, and sometimes you set up a joke for a month, but nobody has the time anymore. They're busy with running.
Well, we've become a very litigious society.
Whatever that means, I agree completely. And it's a religion. But... all right, I know what I'm going to do.
Do you have an example of a practical
joke? The perfect example.
Okay, good.
There was a man about town named Harry Morton who's long retired in Florida. He was an agent and handled a lot of comedians. And he was probably the funniest single individual, not jokes, but crazy things.
Funny man, an entertaining guy to be around.
Entertaining and practical joke.
Sure.
And he lived in Oceanside, Long Island, and he owned a lot of crazy cars in those days. He'd put 2 cars together. And there was a man working for the telephone company next to him, and a Volkswagen had just come out. And every day he'd come over to Harry. It was what we call a civilian, you know. And he came over to Harry and says, "Do you think I ought to buy the Volkswagen?" Harry said, "What do I care what you buy?" And I'd drive into New York every day. I lived in the next town. He said, "I got this nut next door. It's driving me crazy." He says, "I'm going to fix him." And what actually happened, Harry Morton's son was working in a neighborhood gas station. He said to his kid after the man had bought the Volkswagen, he said, "Bring a can of gas." And when the guy was asleep, 2 in the morning, he filled up his tank. Next day, the guy drove all day, came back. He said to his kid, "Bring another can of gas." For 1 week, he filled up the guy's gas tank, and the guy was saying, "Harry, you're not going to believe it. Harry, I'm getting 100 miles to the gallon." And I would drive in, and, you know, you have to have a witness to the punchline.
Sure.
So I said, "What are you going to do now?" "That's funny." He said to his kid, "Bring a siphon." The next night, the gas out. The guy went to the corner, stopped for light, out of gas. Well, he wasn't too upset after driving for a week.
Sure.
Filled it up. Next night, Harry took the gas out, went to the corner, out. The guy didn't know what to do. Harry says, "We're going to take him to the Volkswagen agency." And we walked in on Sunrise Highway, and I was standing right there. And the man went over to the service department. He said, "Look," he said, "I bought this car here." He says, "For a week or 10 days, I was getting 100 miles to the gallon." And we were going. So the guy said, "Well, why don't you leave the car now?" You know. I told this story this many years ago. I told the story on the Johnny Carson show. At 1 o'clock in the morning, there was a knock on Harry Morton's door, and the guy from next door walked in and punched him right in the mouth.
Can't take a joke.
Now, that's a punchline.
There you go. Pretty funny. Nice to see you. It's the man of the year, ladies and gentlemen, Alan King.
Keep it going.
Joe, what was that? Yes, Joe said keep it moving, so I have to. We're desperately late. How late are we, Joe? Very late, Dad. Oh, thank you very much. Tomorrow's show, they've